Pope Francis is still very popular in several Latin American countries, but when it comes to his native Argentina, it's a different story. That's according to a new Pew Research poll released today. When then Archbishop of Buenos Aires Jorge Bergoglio became Pope Francis in 2013, his country was elated, treating the occasion like a World Cup championship. At that time, nearly all Catholics surveyed there, 98%, expressed a favorable opinion of the Holy Father. A decade later, we see a sharp drop to 74%. And for more on the study, let's bring in Jonathan Evans. He is a senior researcher at Pew who worked on this survey. Jonathan, good to be with you today. As mentioned, the Holy Father's favorability dropped in Argentina. Why do you think that is?
So we don't have specific answers for why favorability has decreased in any of the countries. We didn't ask a question about that. However, while it has, his favorability has declined in Argentina and the other 6 countries that we surveyed in, what we do see still is that a majority in all 7 places that are included in this study say that they have a favorable opinion of the Pope still today.
And talk to us about how you gather this information for your poll.
Yeah, so for the 6 countries in Latin America, they are among the most populous in Latin America, and also collectively they make up roughly 3/4 of the region's Catholics. And so we conducted those interviews in face-to-face interviews. So we had local interviewing teams that went out to all different places, urban, rural, and talking to people in all different age groups and men and women to get their opinion on this and other items. And then also in the United States, we used our Pew Research Center American Trends panel. It's an online probability panel that we use to conduct most of our United States polling.
Yeah, and you asked a variety of questions. I know birth control was one of them, something you addressed. And Pope Paul VI addressed it in his encyclical Humane Vitae and the Catechism, stating that any action which either before, during, or after sexual intercourse seeks to make procreation impossible is intrinsically evil. What did Catholics that you surveyed have to say about birth control?
Yeah, we asked a series of questions to Catholics about different items that are being discussed in the Catholic Church, including birth control. So we asked them if they think that the Catholic Church should or should not allow Catholics to use birth control. And what we find across all 7 countries is that the majorities are saying that the Church should allow Catholics to use birth control. The shares saying this range from 86% in Argentina to 63% in Brazil.
And the survey also found that the majority of Catholics that were polled feel the Church should allow women to become priests. This, although according to canon law, both a woman who receives priestly ordination and the one who ordains her will both incur excommunication from the Church, which can only be lifted by the Holy See. Talk to us about how the different countries, how they stacked up with one another, which country maybe had the highest number of people in favor, and which country was on the lower end of the spectrum.
Yeah, so in 6 of the 7 places where we surveyed, we find that majorities say that of Catholics saying that the Catholic Church should allow women to become priests. The highest was Brazil, where 83% of Catholics had this opinion. The lowest is in Mexico, where just about half, 47%, hold this view. But in the other 5 countries as well, a majority say that the Church should allow women to become priests.
Well, Jonathan, thank you so much for sharing this information for us. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.